Okay, so the market is correcting this Friday just as the SPY hits yet another record high, and the market seemed unstoppable. Now, the questions we will try to answer in this video. Is this a top signal over here? If so, what to expect if a correction happens? What are the market's main turning points, and how will this affect our stocks? Well, we're going to study the main key points of the market without inciting panic in anyone, without euphoria, without any bias, because, as I always say, here on this channel we look at technical evidence, paying attention to facts without personal opinion, without assumptions, guesswork, or gut feelings, right? This is just ridiculous. As always, we will read the charts in a technical and professional manner. And in this video, I'm going to explain why you should never be terrified by the news you see out there. Well, if you don't know me, my name is Nathan. It's a pleasure to see you guys over here. Welcome or welcome back to the Finance Hydra channel. Now, as we can see here, SPY is trying to materialize a top signal. What's the problem? The problem is that we are still above a very important support level, 565, the previous all-time high area from July this year, which was acting as a resistance level for us multiple times in the past few months. Well, surprisingly or not surprisingly at all, it is acting as a support level for us right now today. Another classic example of the principle of polarity in technical analysis. Previous resistance levels are going to work as future support levels and vice versa, all right? So 565, the previous all-time high, this black line up here is acting as a support line for us. Only if SPY loses and closes below this line over here, I would see a sharper correction materializing on this chart. Right now, as long as we stay above our main short-term support levels, no correction is going to materialize on the daily chart. Now, what if a correction materializes over here, Nathan? Then a pullback to the 21-day EMA over here would be plausible in this scenario. All right, and it is quite interesting to see the SPY trying to make a top signal over here in this area, because when we look at the QQQ is far away from its all-time high, and apparently we found a resistance level around the 484, the previous top level from July this year, which was another top level again on August this year, and right now in September it is acting as a resistance level again for the third time. All right, so this key point 484 is the most dangerous resistance level for the QQQ. Only by breaking and closing above this key point, tech stocks will fly again. All right, as long as we don't break it, the market will have a rough time. Now, today's reaction is quite interesting because although we lost yesterday's low, trying to materialize a top signal, we are far away. We have yet to lose our main short-term support level, 476. And just like the SPY has to lose the 565 in order to materialize a sharper correction, the QQQ has to lose the $476 in order to materialize a pullback over here, a decent pullback at least, all right? As long as we stay above this key point, great. Probably the bullish bias will just persist because according to the tenet number 6 or 5 of the Dow theory, I don't remember correctly, trends persist until a clear reversal occurs, right? It is not me saying, this is Charles Dow saying, the creator of the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index, the founder of the Wall Street Journal, the father of the technical analysis, all right? Therefore, trends persist until a clear reversal occurs. Do we see a clear reversal right now? No, not yet. Therefore, we can't work with the possibility of a pullback right now, at least this Friday, okay? Now, but Nathan, what if we lose this key point? Then, okay, we're gonna trigger a pullback, but as long as we don't see technical evidence supporting this bearish thesis, the market may just persist its bullish bias, period. Trading is reactive, it is not predictive. Now, how this is gonna affect our stocks, how all of this will affect our stocks. Because maybe I have seen some people worried about a possible market crash, right? Because of, I don't know, high valuations, because of the Fed, because of a recession, all right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the excuse, right? We'll always find a problem in the market that justifies the possibility of a huge crash ahead, and this is not surprising at all. Since the 2008 crisis, I have seen people worried about a crash, and I can show to you guys. Let's analyze Tesla and the Nvidia in this video, but first, look at this, all right? Look at this. Analyst, the stock market is about to crash. December 2011, all right? Now, why America needs a stock market crash? John Cassidy, 2013, all right? Why? Well, high valuations because of the bond market, because of recession, etc., crisis in America, China, I don't know. They'll always find an excuse. I'm sorry, but it's time to remind you about the possibility of a market crash. 2014. Now, this one is very nice. Sell everything ahead of stock market crash, says RBS economists. Royal Bank of Scotland warns of a I don't know how to say this word, cataclysmic year with slumps in shares and oil, and advises clients to shift to bonds. When? January 2016. Imagine you shifting to bonds in 2016. Now, this is why the media is always inciting panic to people, in other people, right? The next stock market crash will look a lot different than the financial crisis, because, well, the bull market is well into its ninth year, and the signs of fragility have firms like Bank of America, Merrill Lynch looking ahead to the next big crash. When these fragility signs are appearing? Well, 2017. Signs of fragility, all right? Of course, eventually we had 2020, right? A big market crash, but even after that, a 32-year market veteran warns a recession is still on the way, as Fed's jumbo rate hikes continue to work their way into the economy, and shares 3 reasons why stocks are overvalued by 35%. When this happened? Well, September 2023. And guess what, right? September 18, 2024. Is a market correction coming? Well, do you see why we should always be skeptical about what we hear on this overly hyped media? All right. If you wanna protect yourself against these things, well, you can trade with me. Join the 5% project. Join the 5% of traders who consistently outperform the market. Take a look at this beautiful website over here. Here you'll find every single statistics about our trading strategies, about our trading signals, and what's more, if you join our Telegram channel, you can download this free ebook. It is totally free. You can test our Telegram channel for free and download this ebook, which is gonna be yours forever, where I teach you everything you wanna learn, you need to learn about technical analysis. Meanwhile, you can trade with us, because here we are skin in the game. You are gonna learn in theory and hands-on with us in real time. Therefore, join this community of consistently profitable traders. Take a look at my website. Link is in the video's description. All right? Now, this is why we should be very, very skeptical. Imagine if you panic over any random news of saying that the stock market is gonna crash over here. This is not gonna be a very good life for you. Therefore, you should always pay attention to the technique and always work with a crystal clear strategy. All right, I can offer you I share you my strategy on our Telegram channel if you need more help with this subject. But as far as I know, the indices are still maintaining their short and medium-term bullish bias. All right, even if we see pullback, there are a few support levels that could hold SPY's and QQQ's prices over here. Therefore, let's pay attention to these key support levels for now. And how this is going to affect our stocks, for instance, Nvidia. Nvidia is also far away from the all-time high. It is not necessarily very bullish, but it is not bearish either. As far as I know, this looks like a congestion, a mid-term congestion on the daily chart. In the past few days over here, we are trading between, inside this range, between the 120 and the 113 down here. Only a breakout of one of these two key points could bring something new. Nathan, what if we break the 120? The 131 is going to be our next technical target. Nathan, what if we lose the 113? $100 is our next technical support level. All right, and then we can work with strategies concerning two different scenarios. Nathan, which direction will Nvidia materialize a breakout? I don't know. I don't need to know in order to trade well. All right, now Tesla materialized a breakout of the 233 over here resistance level, which was a very important one. We have been talking about this resistance level for many weeks right now because, well, it was a previous support level in July this year, and it was a very strong resistance level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times over here. Now we finally broke it. So guess what? The $233 is gonna be our next technical support level. If Tesla loses the support level, if Tesla rejects this candlestick pattern over here, all right? This one, if this bullish pattern gets rejected, if Tesla loses again the 233, then okay, we are gonna frustrate the bullish bias, and in this scenario, Tesla could seek lower support levels like this purple trend line over here. But as far as I know, as long as we don't reject this bullish sentiment, Tesla is supposed to retest our next technical resistance levels. 245 is the next one because it's this gap, and the next above this key point, the 265, the next resistance level seen on the weekly chart over here. All right, it is a very simple situation. As I always tell you guys, let's work with technique. Let's pay attention to these key points because they are our major turning points for our stocks. Meanwhile, when we analyze AMD, for instance, it is trying to make a bearish reaction. This is not necessarily a top signal yet. As far as I know, we still could retest the 162 resistance level, but if we lose, if you ask me, the most important support level is 148, very close to the 21-day EMA. Only by losing this double support level, AMD would trigger a sharper correction, a real bearish reaction over here, suggesting a sharper pullback on the weekly chart, all right, possibly to the 132 area again, this previous support level. As long as we don't see this bearish scenario materialized, 162 is gonna be our next technical target. It is my target at least, all right, since we at the 5% project, since we bought at this bullish harami over here, we nailed this bottom together, right? It is the 162 is still my personal technical target. Therefore, okay, the situation is still under control, perfectly under control. Now, Palantir is also very bullish. We couldn't buy Palantir over here because it failed in triggering a crystal clear buy signal to me, according to my trading style at least, right? And it is jumping already. Now, if you ask me, it is still a bull trend, all right? Any pullback in this scenario, any pullback to the 21-day EMA, to the $33, could be just another buying opportunity if we see a crystal clear bottom signal getting triggered around this support area. All right, therefore, if we see a pullback over here, if we see Palantir collapsing to the $33 again, that would be fantastic, all right? Probably another buying opportunity. Nathan, I already have Palantir. Fantastic, I'm very happy for you. This could be an opportunity for you to buy more shares if you want. This is a very simple situation. Now, Nathan, what it takes for Palantir to reverse this bullish sentiment and turn bearish? first and most important of all, we gotta lose the $33 again and reject last week's bullish candlestick pattern over here, making this pattern a possible exhaustion bar on the weekly chart, all right? But as long as we don't see technical evidence supporting this scenario, supporting this thesis, the bullish sentiment will probably just persist. ARM Holdings is trading around a very nice support level 138 over here. It is trying to react, but we don't see any meaningful bullish reaction yet. If we see one, great. ARM Holdings could seek higher levels like the 173, but right now there is no meaningful bullish reaction. Super microcomputer is struggling a lot in this area. We are clearly moving sideways, all right? Just like Nvidia is moving sideways over here in the past few days, super microcomputer is also moving sideways. What's the problem? Unlike Nvidia, this one is in a bear trend. This is an undeniable fact, all right? Bear trend, making lower highs, lower lows, trading consistently below the 21-day EMA. When we look at the weekly chart, we are making a very weak bullish candlestick pattern, all right? If super microcomputer rejects last week's candle, we're gonna seek the $357 next, all right, which is a very important support level because it was the previous resistance level from August 2023, all right? Therefore, this key point, any bullish reaction around this support level could be very, very good, could be very interesting, suggesting a sharper recovery on super microcomputer. I'm not saying this one is gonna reverse the bear trend because there is no bullish chart structure suggesting this scenario yet, but we could, all right? There is still a chance. However, we gotta make a better bullish reaction around this area, preferably closer to this support level, all right? Now, Broadcom, bullish reaction last week right above this purple trend line, which connects all the previous bottom levels since October last year. All right. Therefore, this bullish reaction suggests a very nice rally ahead. In fact, this candlestick pattern has a name. It is called above the stomach candlestick pattern on the weekly chart. This pattern over here, from a statistical point of view, it is a quite reliable bullish reversal pattern, reversing the trend more than 60% of the time, roughly 70% of the time, according to Thomas Bukowski's studies. Just take a look at his website, thepatternsight.com, for more information, for more statistics about candlestick and chart patterns, all right? This is my recommendation for you. Now, if you ask me, Broadcom is about to retest our next resistance level, 172, all right? Then we'll see how to proceed. If we see a top signal below this resistance level, that's not gonna be surprising, all right? It is not a big surprise. The trend would still be bullish. Any pullback to the 21-day EMA would be expected. But let's not panic over a top signal around the 172 because this key point is quite important. Just like this key point over here on QQQ is very important, all right, for 84. We see similar chart structures among these stocks, all right? This is very interesting. Now, NIO, just like Tesla over here did a very nice rally, it is clearly bullish above the 21-day EMA. That's fantastic, but right now, if you ask me, it looks quite erratic. All right, it looks too erratic over here. We gotta see a better bullish candlestick pattern materialized above the support level before saying NIO is gonna be a buy again. And of course, we gotta wait for technical evidence supporting this thesis. And meanwhile, we see Micron stabilizing around its support level, $84.91. What's the problem? Earnings in 5 days. The volatility will increase a lot over here. If we see Micron breaking the previous resistance level, breaking the 21-day EMA over here after earnings, we could easily retest our next resistance level at $111, this red line over here. However, if we see Micron losing the 84 support level, what's Micron's next support level? $79. All right. Therefore, we gotta pay extra attention to this support level and watch how this is gonna behave after earnings. And guys, bro, you have been watching this video for 20 minutes so far. Come on, subscribe this channel if you're not a subscriber, because you will receive daily unbiased analysis, always focusing on technical analysis, price action, facts, statistics. All right, we are gonna study the market every single day, seriously paying attention to the most important turning points, and I will be here daily to warn you guys about what's the best regarding technical analysis. All right, therefore consider subscribing. Click the like button to support me as well. Take a look at the 5% project. Take a look at my website. The link is in the video's description. Thank you for your audience. See you guys next Monday. Stay safe. Bye bye.